Hello and welcome to Chago Productions. As you can see, I made a little prompt wheel displaying a few of my favorite things for me to draw. Today we get Bumblebee, and with the new Transformers movie, Transformers 1, popping up on my feed, it seemed very fitting that the first thing I got was Transformers related. And also a quick flashing lights warning for those of you with sensitive eyes. I didn't realize how often I move the canvas and switch it around when I record digitally. As a kid who grew up watching Michael Bay's Transformers back in 2007, I thought Bumblebee was pretty cool. Not as cool as Optimus Prime or even Megatron, but still, he had his moments. Then my parents told me about the original Transformers, what I came to understand as G1 or Generation 1. And my opinion of Bumblebee as well as other characters did change, just a little bit. That's when I took to the early 2007 internet and scoured for clips and episodes of the early G1 Transformers. I was quite surprised by the depth that all of the cast members and Bumblebee had during that era, I guess you could say. Sure, each episode back then was quite literally a toy commercial made to sell the newest Transformers gimmick, and Megatron himself was a classic mustache-twirling villain, but overall it was pretty fun for about a season. Needless to say, I got bored of it real quick, and I did like comparing Bayverse B to G1B. You see, since I got exposed to the Bayverse first, I thought every Transformer was this epic, just sword-swinging freaking barbarian that just started killing everything, and it was really cool to see them in action, slicing through the Decepticons. But compare that to G1, where it's a campy, children's TV show, which is also simultaneously a toy commercial. It was a bit of a shock. Bayverse B doesn't really have any speaking lines, and you can get a whiff of his spunk when he plays with the radio and speaks that way. But compare that to G1B. G1B was like this runt, and I knew... my pops was telling me that he didn't really like him all that much. He reminded him too much of Scrappy Doo, which I can definitely see. He was this small, belligerent, Napoleon complex kind of character. But it was still pretty fun to see him. And then, that's when I stumbled across Transformers Prime. Now, Transformers Prime is a good middle ground between the G1 and the Bayverse movies. I saw inspiration for both, namely Bumblebee's design, mirroring Bayverse, and then a little bit of Optimus qualities from the Bayverse, and Megatron's design definitely from G1, and little things like that. I'm sure there were other shows that inspired the overall look, but just between those two, I definitely saw connections in Transformers Prime, and I loved it. The show was also very dark, surprisingly so. I believe episode 1 was a whole zombie thing, introducing Dark Energon, which I had never heard of up until that point. And needless to say, even as a teenager, I found it strangely unsettling. And for a bit, that's all I had. I was aware of the comics and other media, namely the IDW comics and other animated TV shows, but as a child, I didn't have access to any of those. All I had was G1, Transformers Prime, and the Bayverse movies when they came out. Through it all, my experience with Transformers, even though Bumblebee was really cool, he was never really my favorite character. And that would persist up until Transformers Prime when they introduced Smokescreen. Now, to be honest, I didn't like Smokescreen very much. He was a hotshot race car that was a rookie to the whole Autobot cause. He comes in towards the end of the series, and he was way less serious than even Wheeljack, which at the time was like the most casual kind of Autobot there. And comparatively, Wheeljack was cool, but Smokescreen was just like the young Autobot, He was I guess they tried to make him more like Hot Rod from the 1986 movie, but I didn't like him. I liked Hot Rod better, but I mean, that doesn't mean he still had his moments. It just means that at the beginning I didn't really like his initial character. It was frustrating to see how smug he was when he came out on top, and just how rookie-like reminded me of another character from another movie I didn't really like growing up. I will say that it was quite awesome to see Smokescreen be given the option to become a Prime, though. After spoilers, if you haven't seen Transformers Prime, Optimus dies. It's kind of a staple of the show, I think. Every time Optimus is in the show, he either has to die or has to give the Matrix to someone new. In this case, Smokescreen. Another nice touch that I feel they gave him was when he has like these short, quiet comments to himself about how Smokescreen could have been a Prime, and it kind of shows that maybe some part of him regrets it, or he thought it would have been really cool to not just be the rookie anymore, but to be a leader. I thought that was really cool for Smokescreen. All this context, well, just brings me to this video, and it got me thinking. With all the different iterations of Transformers from the comics, the TV shows, and the movies, would it be possible to make Bumblebee a Prime? Now, I haven't seen or absorbed all the Transformers lore. There's so many iterations, comic books, movies, TV shows. I don't know if they've made Bumblebee a Prime yet, but I was just thinking, surely that there's a version of Bumblebee that can make it. They have the personality, they have the charm, the charisma, or even the knowledge, maybe the wisdom. But yeah, with how often Optimus Prime has to kick the bucket, I feel like he dies a lot. It would make sense maybe to have the second most popular Autobot, maybe, be given the Matrix of Leadership. I don't know, is Bumblebee the second most popular Autobot? That might be up for debate. Put in your favorite Autobot below if Bumblebee isn't your favorite. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to make today. I'm trying to make Bumblebee Prime. I've taken some his classic elements, some Bayverse elements, and even some Prime elements, and I smushed them all together to make this. That being said, I did have an idea for his alternate mode, which was to base it off of Goldbug. And I know Goldbug is probably a different character now, but in the G1 version, that's what they called Bumblebee after they put him back together. He got heavily damaged, he was gonna die, and they rebuilt him because they had the technology. Now, when I was in the process of making this B Prime, I came to the realization, or the remembrance, that Primes are big boys, they're large lads, and Bumblebee in every iteration is a small. So what I decided to do was I went to the Bayverse, and because I'm biased, I took B's Jeep form, the alt mode that he takes in the Bumblebee movie, and I cranked it up to 11. I figured when he becomes a Prime, he becomes a Hummer. Just this massive, truck SUV looking thing. Because that's what they did in G1 when Hot Rod got the Matrix in Leadership and he turned into Rodimus Prime. They made him like this like race car tow truck thing. He had a trailer, that's the point. So B Prime should not be any different. He'll probably be like the shortest Prime after like Micronus. Was he the short one? I don't remember. But B Prime is still probably gonna be like the runt of the Primes, but he is gonna be like big enough, Maybe Megatron in this universe is still gonna have issues with him, or maybe it's Galvatron now. Who knows? Yeah, he's gonna be a whole head shorter at least than whatever villain he's gonna go up against at least, and it'll be kind of funny. But that doesn't mean that this B Prime is gonna be a joke. I mean, if you guys saw the Transformers 1 movie, B-127 was a beast, Why wouldn't he be any different? And bam, Goldbug Prime is born. Or should it just be Gold Prime? Aurum Prime? AU Prime? If y'all got better names, let me know, but that's it. That's all I gotta say for this video. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment if you want, subscribe also if you want. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm doing my best to fill up these videos. This one has a lot of outtakes. This one took a long time to make, and I hope y'all like it.
You got the touch. You got the power. Yeah. After all is said and done, you've never walked, you've never run, you're a winner. Got the moves, you know the street. Break the rules, take the heat. You're nobody's fool. You're at your best when the going gets rough. You've been put to the test, but it's never enough. You got the touch. You got the power.
I didn't realize how... Crap. I didn't Ah! Okay, let's try that again. As a kid back in '07, getting introduced to Transformers through Michael Bay. God dang it, I messed up again. Through it all though, when I was watching the TV shows and movies, Bumblebee... Sorry. Or even Megatron at some points. Still? Alright, let me try it one more time. I introduced. He was Hot Shots. He wouldn't. I hadn't seen everything. Oof. What should his name be? I have no idea. I couldn't figure that one out. Go ahead and comment down below if you have any ideas. For his alt-mode though. Yeah, what